Well,
He
yeah,
put
well,
$90 billion
mhm,
dollars behind this thing. $9 billion was to go
yeah,
towards building prisons.
mhm,
Now, the issue, and we're going to have a little conversation about Charlie Kirk since you brought him up. Do you
mhm,
believe that he deliberately told lies? Not talking about any sound bites or small clips that people took out of context. Do you believe
mhm.
that he ever told any deliberate lies to make the black community look worse?
It was a few times he slipped up or he gave the wrong percentage or he gave the wrong empirical data, especially when it comes to per capita, especially when we can look at research of the time as he was talking
Yeah,
about it
because I
and we
have
can
some
pull
already up here. That's why I asked you. I have
Mhm.
some of them up here already. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know if you can see those, but I've had them up here because we did a show on it, right?
Mhm.
Like, um, I don't know why. A lot of people don't like to admit it. Like, people use the phrase taking his clips out of context. You can only take so far out of context, man. Like, right?
But
So I'll say like
that's the
this.
thing.
Hold on, I'll
Mm,
say like this. Like, when you
mhm,
say that talking about DEI hires and the clips where you said, about the pilots being qualified and things of that nature, when you're speaking about DEI, you can only
mhm.
take that so far out of context. When you say that I see a black pilot, I'm going to wonder if that person is qualified due to having been possibly hired from DEI. Do you agree
Mhm.
that he made that statement?
Yeah, he made that statement, but
Okay, okay, hold
did you
on. But
get the
here's
next
hold on,
wait,
hold on.
hold on.
I
Did
just
you get
wanted to
wait,
hold
did you
on.
get
I
the
just
wait,
wanted to
hold on.
see if
Did you
you
get
agreed.
did you get
Hold on,
the
brother. Hold
next
on.
part after that though?
I just wanted to make sure that you were going to agree he said it, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
my
he said it.
question becomes then, do you know who are more recipients of DEI hires than anybody in America?
White. It was initially created for white people.
What percentage
It
what
was initially
percentage would you say?
I don't know the percentage at the moment, but it was initially created for white women to get away from their husbands.
7-0. Okay? Now my
Yeah, I
point
can
is
believe it.
this. If you say that if I see a black pilot, I'm going to wonder if they're qualified, well, why wouldn't you also say that if you see a white pilot then?
Well, here's the problem. Did you watch the rest of the clip? So what happened in the rest of the clip is that the pilot had looked up Google instructions on how to take off and land the plane. That was the rest of the clip.
You said a black pilot. So he was talking about a clip where a black pilot.
He was giving an analogy. What he said was, if I'm on a plane and I see a black pilot and they're looking up or looking up Google instructions on how to take off and land a plane, especially when you overhear the pilot say that. Yeah, that was the rest of the clip. And
But
yeah,
but but
he
you're
flubbed it
saying
up.
it
He
was
thought
an
it,
analogy. It wasn't something that really happened.
that's what he said in the clip. Now he went back and of course he like edited like two different times and he
Okay, but
gave
hold on.
like
Here's
two
what I'm
different
saying.
updates
Here's
on
what I'm saying.
it. Mhm.
Why wouldn't he say if I look up and see a white pilot googling it up?
If I was Charlie Kirk, I could answer that question for you, but I'm not.
See, that's what I'm saying. You have to, not you, but
Mhm.
people have to be padding this for him because these are intentional words that come out of our mouth. And I'm going to tie another one to it to let you know that it's not an accident. You remember when
Mhm.
he said, who was that he said, Joyce, what was her name? Joyce, is it Joyce
Joy
Reed?
Reid. Joy
Joy
Reid.
Reid, when he said, you don't have the brain capacity to earn this on your own. So through DEI, you have to take a white person's job. You remember that?
She admitted herself that
Hold
she
on, brother.
admitted
Hold
herself.
on.
Wait,
But
hold on.
hold on.
So
But hold on, brother.
did
You
she
may
not
hold on,
admit
brother.
herself?
Hold on, brother. Do you agree
Did
that,
she not?
brother? Do you agree that he
But
said that?
hold on. Did she not say herself that she wouldn't have this job if it wasn't for DEI? See, that's the thing. And I get the sensationalization behind
Brother,
it,
I'm
right?
just asking you a very simple question. I'm asking you,
Oh,
do you
okay.
agree that he said that?
Yeah, he said it.
Okay, brother. So my point is this. Why did it
Uh-huh.
have to be a white person's job she was taking?
Because at the end of the day, guess what? It was.
See, brother, you
Like,
padding for him, brother. You padding
no,
for him.
wait, stop, hold on,
So those
let me
jobs
just say
belong to
this.
white
Hold
people.
on, hold on. Let me just no, it's not that those jobs belong to white people. It's just that percentage wise, I'm pretty sure you catch flights. You're a grown man. When you catch a flight, who do you assume to be your pilot? Let's talk about in the 80s.
I
If you was
don't
catching a flight in
assume,
the
brother.
80s.
I assume to get where I'm going, brother.
Okay, cool. So but just if you had to assume, who would you assume to be your pilot?
Brother, I don't I out of all the flights I've taken, I have never not once thought about that, brother. See,
Okay,
and that's actually a good
but
point
that's
for
the
this
thing.
conversation.
But wait, but
That's
hold on, but
actually a
wait,
good
stop,
point for this conversation.
hold on for a
Why is
second,
your
hold on for a
mind
second.
even aware
No,
on
no,
what
no,
color the
no,
pilot is?
no, because if you see a black pilot, if you see a black pilot, what would you say?
I would think that I don't know how to fly a plane, so if they have him behind this cockpit, he must be
Uh-huh.
qualified.
Sweet. So now you're on the plane and you overhear the pilot say, "Well, yeah, I looked up the takeoff and landing instructions on Google." What would you say?
I don't think that's color associated.
Again, I didn't ask about color. I said if you heard the pilot say that I looked up the takeoff and the taking off and the landing instructions on Google, what would you say?
Brother, you're gonna come back and you're gonna watch this and you're gonna see. I'm
No,
saying my point is
I've
valid.
already.
My point is
I got
valid.
you.
I'm
I
saying it
got you.
shouldn't be color associated.
But
Whoever's
here's the
Googling
problem.
it up.
When I hear Charlie Kirk say those things, it doesn't bother me. You know why? Because I've heard great men of great caliber across historical time say the same thing that Charlie Kirk said. But I find it funny that everyone only pays attention to what Charlie Kirk said only because he's Charlie Kirk. But they didn't pay
Hold
attention
on.
when Martin Luther
So
King
you
was.
believe that they were saying those things, brother? I just brought up some points that you couldn't refute.
I know, I know, but
Hold on,
I'm not
brother.
talking. I'm not.
But hold on, brother. Hold on. You can't be real
Mhm.
long when I have to be able to interject, right?
Got you. I got you. Mhm.
If you're saying now, maybe you have experienced that. I can't say that you haven't. Maybe some people
Mhm.
have attacked you just I don't know because of his name. But when people bring up valid points, okay, for instance, you said you've seen quite more. Well, you've seen more of his content than I've seen quite a bit of it. Um, when the guy went up there and asked Charlie Kirk, he said, "I have." He said, "I'm just going to ask you, guilty or not guilty." You familiar with the one where he said O.J. Simpson and Charlie Kirk said
Yeah.
guilty, right?
Yeah.
Then he said Carmelo Anthony. He said guilty, right? And
Yeah.
then he said George Zimmerman. He said innocent. He was
Mhm.
found innocent by a jury of his peers. Well, why did he say OJ was guilty? OJ was found innocent by a peer of his group.
Mhm.
You don't see that?
What am I supposed to be saying? That's historical fact. That was OJ found innocent.
Yes.
So then Charlie Kirk would be wrong, right?
Yes.
Okay, so that's the end of it. There's nothing to gain from that,
Oh,
other than the fact that he's wrong.
well, I think people are having issues with people finding it difficult to acknowledge when he was wrong. Do you agree that Charlie Kirk said that African American people lead in violent crime and African American people lead in arsons and kidnapping?
In the black community, yes.
What do you
And
mean?
I've watched that. And
What?
I've watched that. Wait,
In the
hold on,
black
stop. And
communities?
wait, stop. No, 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 no. And wait. And I've watched that clip in the black community. In the black community, which he was
I'll
specifically
pull it up right
asked
now.
about.
Black Americans are about 13 to 14% of the population.
Yes,
about half of all prisoners are black.
Exactly.
So blacks commit more crimes than whites do. They commit more murders. They commit more arsons. They commit more kidnappings.
Like, what are we
Hold
on?
on, brother. Hold on. Before I do
Take
this,
it to
brother,
me.
are you, brother? If I give you the floor, you can't even substantiate what you just said. Are you saying that Charlie Kirk said black people lead in arsons in the black community?
In the black community, he was wrong when he said it.
Bro, how does that make sense? Leading in arsons in the black community.
I'm not because
If it's
I'm
in
not
the
because
black
wait,
community,
because I'm not a,
listen, if it's in the black community, it excludes every other
Gotcha.
race.
But you're asking me about Charlie's intentions and Charlie's words. I'm telling you that the man was not always right. I am not a Charlie Kirk defender.
No, hold on, brother. Did you hear
He
what he
was wrong
said?
as hell. He was wrong as hell when he said it.
So, bro, why did I have to go through all of this with you?
Bro, I've already, but wait, hold on, stop. You didn't, wait, hold on, respectfully. You didn't even have to do that because I've already said that he was wrong when he said it.
No,
I
you
am not
didn't,
a
brother.
Charlie.
You said
Yes,
he was
I
talking
did.
about the black community is what you
And
said.
you think this was the only time he had this conversation? How about you pull up the conversation that
Brother,
he had
I'm
on campuses
asking
when
you
he was
why
asked the
you
same
tried to
question?
say, I'm
No,
asking you
no,
why
stop.
you tried to say
No,
that he,
you can,
brother, everybody heard what you just said, brother. There's over 100 people
listen,
here.
I remember what I said. I'm pretty sure I got a pretty good memory. But you're talking about a statement that he has made, not just this once, but on multiple occasions. And then still, every time he said it, he's been wrong. But again, you want to paint me into a corner.
So why
because you
did I
want to
have to
argue
look it
me
up?
right.
If
You
that
didn't
was your
have to look
stance
it.
that he was
You didn't
wrong,
have to.
why did I
Wait,
have to look it
that's
up?
the thing. brother Stacy, you didn't have to pull it up. I've already admitted he was wrong.
No, you
but
didn't.
Again,
You said he was
yes, I
talking about
did.
the black community. Watch this.
No,
Let's do it
I
like
said
this.
that he was
That's right.
wrong. What
Let's
do
do
you
it like
mean?
Hey, people down in the chat right now, did he say that Charlie Kirk was talking about the black community? Look, they said fess up.
I don't
Bro,
need
this
to
is
fess
being
up to nothing.
this is
Fess
being
up.
recorded.
Wait, stop. Hold on. Fess up to what?
Bro,
What
you
is there to
said
fess
he
up
was
to?
talking about the black community.
Right, and I'm pretty sure I can go find you a clip of when in other situations he answered this same question. See, I find it funny that black people specifically are offended by what Charlie said, whether he was right and or wrong, but only because he was talking about black.
So
But I
they
also
shouldn't be
find that-
offended if
hold
he's
on.
wrong.
They can be offended if he's wrong, but tell me when black people have not been saying things about the black